How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day. And I wanted to talk about 3 underrated classes that I feel a lot of people, they disregard them, they don't really use them a lot, or they think they're kind of just, a gimmick, or they just fall off really early in the game and are easily replaced. Well, these are my 3 choices of classes that I think you should play a little bit more, give a little more attention to. So, first one on the list, we have the good old Cockatrice. Now, a lot of people look at him and they're like, why would I use a Cockatrice? I can use a Griffin. And you would be correct in that statement. A Griffin and a Cockatrice are almost the same unit. They have very little differences. They both can do the same thing very effectively. I mean, honestly, I just look at a Cockatrice as another Griffin to bring if you don't have enough Griffins. But the main thing that I think a lot of people underutilize a Cockatrice for is the one thing it does differently, and that is Petrify. It's Petro Breath 1, 2, and I believe it even gets Petro Breath 3 up to level 50 in that range. Petrify in general, has a lot of uses, I feel. Not only is it a great offensive tool to shut down units, it's a good shutdown just like Silence or Stop or any of that kind of stuff. Any unit that's annoying you, like a caster or a healer or a tank or just whatever's annoying you, you can shut it down. But it also works very well defensively for your own units, especially early in the game when you have guest units that are silly. I mean, obviously you're not going to have a Cockatrice then. You're going to have other ways to do Petrify. But, you can Petrify your own units to give them a huge defense boost, and it lasts, for about 3 turns. And they won't get attacked by the enemy, and even if they do, they'll take almost no damage. So, Petrify is very good. I think it's kind of underrated in general. And with the Cockatrice being so mobile, basically being a Griffin, I think he's underrated. I really do. I think a lot of people don't appreciate the Cockatrice and don't really use him because, like I said, they just use a Griffin. On to number 2. What do you think it's gonna be? Underrated class. Yep, that's right. That's right. It's our boy the Ninja. Now, I have seen people mentioning they're using ninjas more, especially like post-game content. I know when I first started making videos back in November when the game came out, Ninja was pretty disregarded. But people have been using him more and realizing the potential. There's a few things that make the Ninja great, and no, it's not the ninjutsu. I thought for sure ninjutsu was going to be, what just made the Ninja the ultimate. I was like, oh, bro, these spells, and they're good damage, and, they're good. You got all the AoE, well, not AoE, but you got, multiple hits on them. They're nice to have, and there's nothing wrong with having one on, but, the Envenom and the other auto, the Benumb, the other auto conditions, auto debuff skills are super handy for 2 reasons. One, it's it procs, it's a free debuff, but 2, for whatever reason, on your, let's read this. An indirect ninjutsu spell that causes the melee weapon of a single target to poison opponents. Now, I've said in previous videos, melee means attack. So when it says melee, 9 times out of 10 it applies to ranged weapons as well. So this will affect both your melee weapon and ranged weapon, and on this ninja I have a blowgun and a katana. So the other thing that makes this interesting is while it'll wear off on the melee weapon, to my knowledge, I'm like 99% sure it wears off after the turn you use it. On the ranged weapon, it does not. I have tested this. Poison will stay on my ranged weapon through the duration of the battle if it procs the auto skill. Now, I don't know if this is intentional, and it's supposed to stay on the melee weapon too, and just be on both of them, and again, the tooltip is wrong. But with this revelation, Ninja is even more powerful, even more useful, because you pick whatever whatever debuff you want, slap it on him, hope it procs in first or second turn, and you are set. You are good to go. Now you have a unit that can apply debuffs at the regular, and a lot of people do use the Ninja, it seems, to be a debuffer. A better debuffer than some other units that, might have been better earlier in the game, or you thought were better. So, that's how I feel about the Ninja. That's what I think makes them good. This little bug exploit, I don't know what it is, whatever you want to call it, this little thing that the developers didn't notice or didn't clarify, makes them, I feel, very useful indeed. And last but not least, I don't think they get love, and that is the Swordmaster. I don't see a lot of people talk about Swordmasters. I don't see a lot of people say they run Swordmasters. I mean, Holbrim he's good, you know? He's a good guy. I think a Swordmaster is a lot like a ninja to a degree, a little bit different, obviously. But, you know, when you got skills like Falling Blade, cost two-handed katana attacks to score automatic criticals with 100% accuracy, he can do some debuffs too. You get a nice little katana that has some debuff action in it, which I don't think I have a condition or a debuff on a katana yet. I got silence. Oh, there we go. See, there you go. Look at that. So, you know, we just spend a good old 40 MP, guarantee a silence. You know, super useful. And then, you know, Mind's Eye's good, you know, with evasion being kind of crazy and weird right now. And Mighty Strike and Katana. And I really like the dances, honestly. Like, I think a lot of people, especially the buffs, you know, the Strengthen buff, the Fortify buff. I don't think I have any other ones yet. I didn't look to see if there's new ones. I think I got all the ones I can get in the shop. But, you know, the debuffs and the buffs and, you know, the healing. Harvest Dance, it's not a major heal, but it has a bigger radius than a major heal, I feel, and it's cheaper. So, you know, yeah, it heals like 200 hit points, but Major Heal 3 heals like 300 hit points. What's 100 hit points? I mean, who really cares? You know how clerics are in this game. You don't need them. So, like, what's 100 hit point difference? Anyway, being all seriousness, I think the Swordmaster is good. I think they offer a lot of utility. I think they can hit pretty hard, too, if you build them right. And I think some of the special katanas, which I don't have yet, I plan to get, some of the unique relic weapon or rare, whatever you want to call them, the katanas that are really good, they make them even better. So, in all, those are my 3 classes that I think a lot of people just underrate, don't appreciate enough, don't use enough. What are your guys's? What 3 classes do you think people don't use? What classes have you used that have worked really well for you, and for whatever reason people are like, nah, I don't really want to do that? Let me know down below, guys. I would love to know what you think. What classes are ones you find not to be utilized very well that are actually good? Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Until then, later, guys. Peace.